Hello everyone, it's Bartosz Oleś from Polish Fighters Info. With me is Octagon MMA fighters and the number one challenger to the belt, Will Fleury. Hello.
What's up, bud? How's things?
My first question is about your last fight. You had the opportunity to fight in Octagon 62 in Frankfurt in front of incredible audience of 60,000 people. Tell me if it made any impression on you.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like, to be honest, I signed with Octagon for experiences like this. You know, fighting in a stadium, it's kind of it's a very new thing to me. Like, I've fought in front of maybe 10 or 12,000 people before, but never any crowd like this. And it was a very different atmosphere. You know, a stadium, it's huge. You're so far away from the crowd. In a way, you nearly don't feel the crowd as much. But I was really determined to put on a show, and I managed to get the knockout, and it was good. It was a really amazing feeling, to be honest. The thing is, they put me in the prelims for this show, which I couldn't understand at all. Like, it was the number one contender fight, and obviously I was going to deliver, and I did on the night. You know, I showed up, and I made it the main spectacle of the night, I feel like. So next time, if they're doing this show, I would like to be main event, main card, you know. I think it's obvious, like, really though, like, I don't feel like I'm talking out my ass here because I showed up, I did it, like, you know, I did the work, I think I was the highest level fighter on the card. So now put your best guy in the main event, put him up on the top slot, and like, yeah, it's easy to say this shit, but I showed up and performed as well, you know. So, and look, now I have the other opportunity with Carlos, so I'm going to show up and perform, and I'm going to keep doing this, and it's on them to reward me now, you know.
In less than a month, you will fight for the belt, like heavyweight division, with the legendary fighter in the Czech Republic, Carlos Vemoli. Tell me, when you debuted in this year in the Octagon MMA, did you expect that you would get a fight for the belt so quickly?
Yeah. This was the main reason I signed with Octagon. No, like, it's not trying to be cocky, but like, I looked at the guys in their top 10, and I thought I can beat every one of these guys pretty easy, you know. And I could see they like to put on regular shows. They have a good base. They have a good audience. So, like, if I fight early in the year, I can fight 2 more times by the end of the year. And if I put on impressive performances, why won't they put me in for the title? Because I'm going to be fighting guys in the top 10 anyway. So I felt like it's pretty possible I will get this belt before the end of the year. And the main thing to me was that it was Carlos, because me and Carlos have a little bit of history. I wanted this fight for a long time, and he's a big name over there, and it will sell really good. So all of these things led to me thinking, like, Octagon is probably the right show to sign with, and now it's turned out to be real. You know, I've done everything that I thought I could do so far, and now on December 29th, I just have to finish it, you know.
Do you feel any stress about fighting with such fighter to the Czech, like Carlos? Because surely the entire arena in Prague will be behind to Vemoli.
Yeah, I don't mind if the fans are behind him. You know, this doesn't bother me as long as they're there and they give a shit and they're passionate and they want to, like, cheer for one guy or the other. It brings an energy, and I will feed from this energy no matter what. Like, if it's for him, great. Watch me smash your guy. If they support me, cool. That's fine too. But I don't really, like, as long as they're there and they're passionate, that's what I want. In terms of him posing a threat, yeah, look, the guy is a legit fighter. You know, I don't feel like he's developed his game a lot over the years, but at the same time, he's a tough guy. He's beat a lot of good fighters. Obviously, to underestimate him would be a huge mistake. I just feel that if I'm sharp on the night and I do what I know I can do, the result shouldn't be in question. I know myself that I'm a much better fighter than him, so I just have to go in there and prove that.
But tell me, what kind of Carlos Vemoli do you expect? Because many fans say that his best year are the behind him. However, I think that such an experienced fighter in this game should not be underestimated.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, look, if you expect a worse version of the guy than you've seen, you're in for a tough fight. Expect the best version of Carlos, and I will, like, as in, to be honest, in a way, I nearly want the best version of Carlos because he will bring the best version of me. You know, I can only show my skill set against someone who's good, because if I go in and I destroy a guy early, everyone goes, yeah, but that guy wasn't very good. I want him to look really fucking good on the night. You know, I want him to look sharp. I want his punches to look clean. I want his grappling to look good. And I still want to fucking smash him at this level. These are the fights that I want, and these are the fights that I'm preparing for. So, look, what he actually brings, I can't tell you because I'm not in control of this. But I'm ready for the best version of Carlos.
Without a doubt, the Octagon MMA organization is developing very quickly in Europe. What do you think about this organization and what they make so far in Europe?
It's impressive. Honestly, like I was at their third show, which was in an open-air tennis stadium in Prague, and I was really impressed by this event. Since then, they've obviously grown a lot. Like I was at the show in Frankfurt, I fought on that show. That was incredible. Like really, the logistics behind that and the production, you know, this halftime concert. I've never seen anything like this before. And it was truly special to be part of. Honestly, it really was. It blew me away. It's not just because I'm signed with them now and I'm working for them. I was really, really impressed by this. I think they seem to want to grow more, and the German market looks like a huge market for them. I really hope they can pull this off. And obviously, I want to be the guy there, main eventing, smashing guys, headlining in arenas. That would be incredible. I feel like they're doing a really good job promoting the events. Now they just need the fighters to come in and do a really good job too. And I've been like, it's true though. Like, they're doing their job. So it's time we do our job. And then we can both make some good money and fucking, you know, everybody's happy.
Unfortunately, the Octagon MMA, the attempt to conquer to the Great Britain is failed. What do you think, what caused that? Because, you know, he made amazing job in Czech Republic, amazing job in Germany and Slovakia, but Great Britain, not so good.
Yeah, like, I think there's two problems. One, they're conflating Great Britain and Ireland. They're putting them together. Very different. So, like, Ireland, where I'm from, it's not Great Britain. You know, we're very different culture. It's very different everything. And the other thing I think, even in terms of Ireland, and like I will include Ireland with Great Britain in this sense, we have kind of a bad culture towards combat sports because it's kind of like, it's seen as a dirty thing here. It's seen as like young guys beating the crap out of each other. They're selling the violence. And the promotions who come here, they sell violence. One thing that I really like about the Octagon events and being at them, and I see this more with European MMA, it's more about respect. They sell it like a family event a little bit. It's more of a day out and a spectacle. You're going to be entertained. You're not going to see guys beat the shit out of each other. Although that's part of what we're watching, it's more like martial arts respect based. It's nicer to be a part of this, but our culture in England and Ireland is a little bit like we sell it like a show of violence and like, oh, guys are going to kill each other, you know, it's going to be amazing. This doesn't attract a good crowd. And then when guys go, like families go, it's not a nice atmosphere for them. I feel like they tried to sell family entertainment to the wrong crowd because most of the time it's going to be just the fighters' friends and guys like this who go. I think as well, it's hard to be mainstream in England and Ireland because we have so many different forms of media. We don't really have like one TV channel or one thing that if you get onto this channel, everybody knows what you are. So it's hard to break into this culture a little bit more. I think those are probably the main two reasons that it didn't quite work out. But I feel like part of my job is to become a champion here, to become, well, like, look, I'm already decently known in Ireland without being massively famous. But guys who follow the MMA scene here know, like, you know a good bit about me. If I can go and do something special, like knock Carlos out in the first round and then defend the belt over there a couple of times, Irish people are very good at supporting their own. We do have a very good culture this way. If you look at it, like our fans, once somebody gets notoriety, they'll travel everywhere for the guy, you know? And even with soccer, with rugby, with all of our sports, they're really well supported. We're a very good supportive fan base, you know, once we get behind our guys. So I feel like there's a massive opportunity for me to come back and do a show in Dublin someday, as long as I perform the right way. I think it could work. I just hope that they're open-minded to that. And again, I know that that's not quick. Like, look, England did go very badly for them. I saw it. I was there. I was in Birmingham. The show was not well sold. But Ireland is a very different culture. And if you have a really good Irish guy like myself there's opportunities there. So I hope that they're still open to go. You know, there is though, and I hope that they're still open to those opportunities.
Yes. The organization they make the tournaments with the prizes amounting to 1 million euros. Maybe you'll be willing to participate in such a tournament if Octagon MMA they make tournament in light heavyweight division.
Even if they only do middleweight, you know, I know next year they're going to do middleweight. And I used to be middleweight, you see, so I could make this.
Yes.
And right now, I just looked like this weekend, Alex Popik was supposed to fight. His opponent pulled out. Now he fights a guy who's not very good. Montagnac, like two of the main contenders in my division. And Montagnac has just pulled out of his fight and he won't fight at all. So it doesn't look like there's many challengers coming up after for me right now. So if I win the belt December 29th, I feel like maybe my best option will be to go to middleweight and do this game changer tournament. And I like some of the guys at middleweight. They're good fighters, and I think they'd be great fights. And I'd be excited about these. I want the next biggest challenge. You know, after I beat Carlos, it's going to be waiting around for a guy for a while, and I don't want this. I need something bigger. So if I can go and do this tournament and make some good money, that would be fun. It would, like, losing the weight won't be fun. I'm not looking forward to losing all of this weight. But I'm very much looking forward to getting those fights. And I think there's some really good fights at middleweight for me. And the money is great too. So let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, what do you think about the other fighters in your division? Because I think this is not the best division on Octagon.
No, I think you're right. Like, I have to be honest. Like, I see Alex Popik. He looks like a decent fighter, but he hasn't really proven himself. Like, I think he could be good, but I think it's going to take him a little bit of time, and he's going to have to show, hey, I can come in and perform on the big stage. He had a fight with Pavel Langer like 2 years ago, and he lost like it was for an interim title. He really didn't perform this night, and you have to kind of show up and go, hey, look, I'm still in the mix. I'm still a damn good fighter. He has not done this so far. The guys he's beaten since are not at a good level. So I feel like if I win the belt, they either have to sign somebody who's a big name, who's like going to be a legitimate challenge, and let this guy fight for the belt straight away, or they have to let me go and do something else, like the game changer tournament, and then once there's an obvious challenger, I will come back and defend the belt. I do want to be an active champion. Like, really, I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to win the belt and go away. If there's guys here, I will 100% fight those guys. But I want good opponents. I want opponents who are a challenge. I don't want to just beat guys everybody knows I can beat, you know? So I think it's really like, oh, hello?
Hello. I hear you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's just I'm getting another call off a different number. Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, basically, if I get good opponents, I will stay up. If I don't, I think I have to go somewhere. Like, I have to go to a different division to find challenges. Maybe even heavyweight, man. Like, look, if, you know, I see these guys, they're going to fight for the heavyweight title this weekend on December 7th. And, you know, if these guys need a challenger, maybe I could go up to heavyweight and challenge these. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm open to all options as long as it's a big challenge and it's going to be a good fight, you know?
It is very possible that your former rival from the PFL, Chris Jotko, joined to the Octagon organization. Maybe do you want to rematch with him?
I thought he signed with somebody else because I saw that he called me
Yes,
out.
but he fights the FNC, but he told me it is the possibility to fight his two organizations.
Okay. Yeah, look, like, he's called me out already, and I found this very strange. It was like, we both had this fight. It was not a very entertaining fight for either of us. I don't think it was like, look, I'll be really honest about this fight. I don't feel like I kicked his ass, but he definitely didn't kick my ass. So it was very even. I think you could call this fight a draw, and it would be a fair result, okay? But we both got caught juicing afterwards. It's a shit fight for both of us, really. And now he wants to do it again. I'm like, okay, if you really fucking want, but who wants to see this? Do the fans want to see this? Is this going to be entertaining? Is this going to sell? Because really all it does is highlight the fact that we both got caught for fucking juicing before. To me, it doesn't really doesn't feel like a good idea. And again, is anybody going to pay us big money for this fight? You know, we got pretty okay paid the last time, and it was for the $1 million. Now it just feels like a shit rematch with no real reasoning or no real, like, who gets anything from this? So, okay, maybe he's salty because I got the decision. I'm not even going to gloat about it. Like, it was a fucking even fight. I definitely, like, look, I would get pissed off if he thinks that he won this fight, because he definitely didn't fucking do enough to win this fight, you know. But I didn't feel like I really did that much to win this fight either. But I was trying. I was fucking trying to engage all the time. He wasn't. For me, this is the biggest thing. It's like, mate, I was trying to fucking kick your ass. You were doing fuck all to try and kick my ass. But, like, you know, I didn't kick his ass. That's fair. But he definitely didn't kick my ass. At all. At all. Like, you know, I feel like if we had to fight forever, I would beat the fuck out of him eventually. But I didn't. So shut the fuck up and let's go. Like, but if it's a good situation, I have no problem rematching him. But to do this now when I'm in the middle of this streak of momentum, and that's the thing, I'm kind of like, mate, I've gone and done something with my career since. I'm about to have my third fight and fight for a title. You need to actually get fucking something going again. Reestablish yourself. Show, hey, fuck you, I'm good. And then, like, you can build a little bit of momentum as well. And then maybe we can fight for a purpose, for something. But now it's just two guys who got caught juicing, rematching each other. Fuck that.
Okay, this is my last question. Many fans from Europe argue between themselves who the best organization in Europe, KSW, Octagon MMA, Cage Warriors. What do you think about who, in your opinion, who that organization is the king in Europe?
I think it depends what you're talking about. So in terms of production value and in terms of, like, the shows they put on, I really genuinely think Octagon are the best. In terms of the fighters and the base of athletes, I think KSW have a better base of athlete. So, like, the general standard of the fighter in KSW is the top. I think Cage Warriors is like a mix of both a little bit, but they're not the best really at any, like, you know, they have good notoriety. So if you sign with Cage Warriors and you win a couple of fights, yeah, you look like you can get into the UFC. I think they're a very proven pathway to the UFC. So from a fighter's point of view who's looking to progress on, they're a good place to go, and they'll hype the guy pretty good. But the shows aren't amazing, and they're not selling fucking crazy amount of tickets either, and they're not paying guys great. Every one of them is different. I think, you know, show-wise, Octagon is by far the best. I think fighter-wise, KSW probably have the best roster. Certain guys, again, like, look, Kieda, myself, Paradiser, Octagon have some very good fighters. But I think overall the standard in KSW is higher. I think if I was to come into the KSW top 10, it would be a harder fight, you know? No, I still think I could beat all of their guys. Genuinely, I do. But I can't prove this until I go inside, you know? We have to fucking fight each other to show this. But overall, I do think they have a better top 10.
Okay. Will, thank you for your time. Thank you for the interview. It's been an honor to meet you, and I wish you the good luck to your fight with Carlos.
Cheers, man. Appreciate the coverage. Thank you very much.